Yo, people, you telling me back again for another footy talk, bruv. And boy, this has got to be the worst transfer window, yeah, in football history so far in terms of value for money, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Diomande to Real Madrid, we got the here we go. Man, don't even know how much it's for, but it's over 100 million. Do you know what I'm saying? For the Wakanda Garnacho, bro. That guy is one of the worst footballers I've had I was going to say privilege, yeah, but that's not the right word. Do you know what I'm saying? Of watching play, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's been unfortunate. Do you know what I'm saying? Horrible player. So, in excess of 100 million for that level of footballer is crazy, innit? And that tells you exactly where the market is right now. And this is why, and this is exactly why, when I'm seeing fans of my club complaining about the club actually getting value for money, I laugh. Do you know what I'm saying? All this notion that big clubs should just pay big money for shit players is exactly what got United in the situation that they're in now, bro. Do you know what I mean? Having to lose money on Anthony, lose money on Rasmus Højlund, lose money on all these players. All man have been doing is overspending on players. Do you know what I'm saying? Paid big money for Sancho, put him on big wages. He ended up running his contract all the way down. Do you know what I'm saying? Now we got Rashford on big money. Can't get no money for Rashford because his wages are too high. Nobody wants to pay it. So the fact that we're getting players of the caliber of Yuri Tielemans for 35 million, players of the quality of Santos for 50 million, yeah. Bro, we're on the right side of the market right now. As it stands right now, we're the only team, yeah, at the top of my head that's got value for money in this window so far. So, do you know what I mean? If overspending on shit players is making a statement, then I don't want any statements. I don't want no statements. I want a very understated transfer window because the statements aren't statementing, bruv. I'll be real, they're stinking right now. Like Real Madrid, brother, man went from getting linked to Olise, yeah, to signing Yan Diomande is nasty work. It's nasty work. I told you, look, Jose was going to do the Los Galacticos thing, but I thought his standards would be a little higher than this. Do you know what I'm saying? That signing there is nasty. I said if Njai goes Saudi, my respect for him is gone. That's the retirement league when you're old and need an easy payday. I want to end up like Ruben Neves. You know what? I was having this conversation earlier, yeah, and I don't necessarily agree no more. Players go into the Saudi league now, yeah. It's like boxers go into Zuffa now, yeah. It's like man are still gonna get the same fights, and man are gonna get paid more money. Like the initial thing with the Saudi thing was players assume that if they go Saudi, they're not gonna make the World Cup, and it's almost gonna be like a retirement league. But you're seeing loads of players that were playing in Saudi Arabia, playing at the World Cup, playing for their national team. So national teams aren't looking at Saudi as a reason to exclude players anymore. So players are just going there for the money now. You know what I'm saying? And as much as it might look dead, I'm not against it, bro. If somebody's gonna pay you like triple the money to do the same job and it doesn't affect your prospects of playing internationally, you're just gonna fucking go, aren't you? Like, let's be honest. Do you know what I mean? Iliman and Jai, clearly he didn't have any serious suitors. He didn't have any serious suitors in the Premier League, so he's been offered to go Saudi. He's gonna go take that money, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? That's what them men are gonna do. They're gonna go take that money. Somerville done the same thing. Somerville's a young brother, and I think they've both gone to Al Hilal as well. So Al Hilal gonna have two serious wingers, bro. I can't lie. So them men are gonna go and make their tax-free bread for about 3 years, and then probably come back to Europe, bro, because these men are what 24, 25 or something like that. So that man will slap a good 3 years out there, make their bread. They can still come back to Europe at 28. Really? Do you know what I'm saying? So, bro, like it is what it is. Them man could go get their money. Man, let's see how much Njai goes for. Do you know what I'm saying? Before we start asking, why are we not in for him? Because they overpaid for Somerville. So if Njai ends up going for like 80 mil or something like that, then we know. Then we know why no one was in for him. Because the prices are a joke right now. Madrid signing Rodri next. I don't know about that. I have a suspicion that Rodri probably stays at Manchester City. Vinny stays at Real Madrid. I don't think there's gonna be. I don't think that's gonna happen. That Rodri moves. Still, I think that's probably a next summer thing. So, I think that's the next summer thing. I said Everton priced him out. They want 70, 80. That's what I'm saying. That's crazy. 70, 80 for him is nasty, man. I said Ineos should reintegrate in Rashi 2026. I saw him linked to Roma the other day. I don't think Rashford stays, I'll be honest. I don't think Rashford stays. You can't slander a man for taking a Saudi move as is an alternative when there wasn't any other team there. But this is what I mean. Like, the thing is, yeah, we can't really criticize people's choices until we actually know for sure what options they had in it. And this is why, I'll be real. For instance, like I said about Sandro Tonali, if Sandro Tonali had multiple offers, he don't go Spurs. Do you know what I mean? And the same with my man as well, yeah. Fernandes, yeah. If he really had PSG, Real Madrid, Arsenal, Man United in for him, he don't go Spurs, bro. So most of them links were lies, bro. They were lies, innit? You don't have them 5 clubs in for you and go to the one team that's not playing European football. You just don't do that. So when we look at players' options, yeah, a lot of the time, yeah, there's an illusion of more choice to the public than there actually is. That's the reality. Like, a lot of the time, we believe that they've got more of a choice than they have. So we just need to wait and see. Yeah, 100%. Most of the time, it's agent talk. It's the job of the agent, yeah, to create the almost create the illusion of there being way more interest than there is, because it allows them to be able to demand more wages, because they can say, well, PSG are offering us 120 when the team offers you 90k. So yeah, well, PSG are offering us 120, even though PSG ain't involved. So this is why these guys are paying guys like Fabrizio to lie, really. Do you know what I'm saying? These agents are paying, man, to fabricate interest and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? I think there's enough evidence out there to suggest now that players and agents are contacting, man, and briefing man, whether the stuff they're briefing, man, is true or not. Arsenal get Vinny. No, they don't get Vinny. You know what I'm saying? They don't get Vinny, bro. You got more chance of getting Vinny from fucking biker mice, blood, than getting Vinicius Jr., bruv. But I don't think we are keeping Marcus Rashford. I don't think so. It doesn't make sense to keep Rashford. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, people are talking about Rashford and that, but I can't remember the last time a club, yeah, stripped a shirt number from a player and kept them, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm not talking about a Martial situation. I'm talking about sent a player out on loan, took their shirt number and kept them, and then they came back and wore another shirt number. I've never seen it. Bro. Like, when you go out on loan and the team gives away your number, that usually indicates that you're not welcome back. Of course, Man United are not going to come back and say, they're not going to come out and say, under no means, yeah, is Rashford welcome back at the football club. But Rashford is the second highest paid player in the squad, yeah, and there's really no room for this guy in the squad. When you actually look at the way we're playing, there's no room for him. Because if he comes back into the squad, he's stepping on toes. And he's stepping on toes of players that are contributing to this football team, and they're the future of the team, bro. Like, Rashford's not the future of the team, bro. He's 29. He's not the future. So if Man United are moving into the future, which is what the football structure is supposed to be doing, why do you go backwards and bring back a player like him who didn't really set the world alight at Barcelona? Let's be honest. I think 8 league goals or something like that. People do the GA thing to make it look better than it is, but ultimately, man scored 8 goals in the league. That's shit. That's rubbish. So I watch Bundesliga. Diomande is a patch player. He's horrible. Feel bad for him. It's going to get nasty at Madrid. Fans going to be on his ass. Yeah, probably. But bro, listen, he'll be getting paid well enough to compensate. Do you know what I'm saying? But he's a truly awful player. Do you know what I mean? But I wish him all the best anyways. Man said United want another midfielder to strengthen the left side, specifically at left back. Call is a target. United wouldn't target players if they didn't think they wanted to move. Yeah. I think Carrick definitely wants a left back. From the football that I've seen Manchester United play in the last 2 games, like the fullbacks are doing, they're doing some good work, bro. I think we're definitely going to get an attacking fullback. And we're definitely going to get another midfielder. And my inkling is that we'll probably get another attacker. Probably an attacker that can play across the front 3, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? But you never know. We might not even get another attacker. Like I said before, like I would take Sarr. Do you know what I'm saying? I would take Sarr at Man United because he can play down the middle and also he can occupy wide areas as well on both sides. And I don't think he'll be that expensive as well. I reckon you could get him for about 45. Yeah. So I think Sarr would be good. Brother, listen, Arsenal are going to end up with Leao or Rashford probably. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, and they're both rubbish. So the Vinicius is a no-go. And Arsenal can afford to pay Rashford's wages as well. They actually can, because Rashford's on similar money to Kai Havertz. So for me, I think that Vinny definitely doesn't leave. And like, for instance, yeah, if they do sign Rodri, that's even more of a reason why Vinny's not leaving, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Because they'll just sell one of their midfielders and it'll be Camavinga or Tchouaméni. That's who it will be. If Rodri does end up there, then Camavinga or Tchouaméni ends up leaving. But Vinny's not leaving. I mean, yeah, Vinny's not leaving Real Madrid. Man said, I don't see Vinny staying at Real Madrid. How will he forgive Mourinho? Basically saying all the racism Vinny gets is his fault. Even company said Mourinho said that don't mean nothing, bro. Like Vinny was dating a gal with 3 youths, blood. You think Vinny really has that much self-respect, bruv? Do you know what I mean? Man have to keep it all the way 100. Man dating some washed up thing with 3 youths, yeah? Do you know what I mean? And then man had surgery, bro. Like, this brother's self-esteem is so low, blood. If Jose says sorry, he'll forgive him, blood. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, man needs to keep it all the way 100 right now, yeah? Vinicius Jr. ain't leaving, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, he's not leaving. What man needs to understand about Vinny, yeah? Vinny's always the first to open his mouth, yeah, when there's been any injustices. Vinny ain't come out and said categorically, I am not playing for Jose, blood. He hasn't said that. And we know that Vinny's a crybaby. So if Vinny literally was on this thing where he's like, I'm not staying at Real Madrid, let me go, I'm not playing for Jose, blood, he would have come out and said it, bro. He would have 100% come out and said it, because Vinny's cried about lesser things than this. If Vinny's principles meant that he's not playing for Jose and the bridges were burnt, he would have said something, because Vinny loves a cry, bro, and he hasn't cried about this, bro. Vinny wants more bread. Vinny hasn't said, I don't want to play for Real Madrid again, or I don't want to play for Jose. The brother wants more money. All the indications are that he wants more money. All of them. Because all the chat is about how much he wants. The chat is not about him not wanting to play for Jose. Unless I've missed something. Because I've seen no articles saying that Vinny don't want to play for Jose and the relationship's not there. I haven't seen that. Have any of you lot seen that anywhere? I've not seen nothing indicating that Vinny said he doesn't want to play for Jose Mourinho. I haven't. All I've seen is they want 160 million euros or something like that for Vinny if he's gonna leave, and that basically if he doesn't sign a deal this window, then they are gonna sell him because they're not gonna allow him to leave on a free. That's all I've heard. But I haven't heard Vinny say he don't want to play for Jose. I said Vinny will cost at least 130 million, 400k wages, or 20 million a year, 5-year contract. 100 million will Arsenal shell out 230 million for one player. Bro, listen, I believe, yeah, Arsenal are desperate enough to make a statement that they'll pay out of their arse for Vinny, but Vinny won't go to them. The same with Julian Alvarez as well, bro. The truth is, yeah, Arsenal would pay the money for Alvarez, but Alvarez wouldn't go to them. He wouldn't go to them. Like, I think Arsenal want to make a statement. They want to make a statement off the back of winning the league, and that's what you really should do. Off the back of making a league, especially when they've got a club, a squad that they're not really gonna sign loads of players because they signed 8 last season. So they're only gonna sign maximum 3 players, and they've signed 1 already. Do you know what I'm saying? That what's his name? Zolis or something, bro. They signed that, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? That man signed the Timu Trossard already. So they're only gonna sign 2 more players. They're probably gonna sign a left winger and a centre mid, and that's it. So they're trying to make a statement. They want to sign a statement signing, and unfortunately, big players don't really go to Arsenal. So this is why they might have to pay out their arse for Vinicius, bro. And even then, Vinny will turn them down. But I believe they'll end up with Rafa Leao instead, or Marcus Rashford. One of them two. I believe it's that. Like, even the Bruno Guimaraes stuff here, they don't even seem too confident of signing him either, bro. Because it seems like Newcastle are kind of, they're kind of going to dig their heels in. Like, they want stupid money. So, I just don't know, bruv. Do you know what I mean? Now, apparently Galatasaray only wanted to take him on loan, and AC Milan want cash. So that deal might not happen. That deal might not happen. But the funny thing is, yeah, if Rodri ends up going to Real Madrid, there's a chance that Man City could hijack that Bruno transfer. And also there's been rumours that Chelsea might be looking to hijack it as well. So Arsenal could still end up not getting Bruno Guimaraes. So I can't lie, this window's just looking mad. Like, there's not a lot of options. There's not a lot of options. Big up Lee for the raid. There's not a lot of options in the market. Most of these players are really overinflated, and a lot of these signings are they're not making teams better. Like, Diomande to Real Madrid don't make Real Madrid better. Like, it don't make them better. Like, arguably, it makes them worse, bro. Because if you started on that right-hand side, yeah, like, he's not Rodrigo, blood. I'll rather have Rodrigo underperforming, yeah, than have Diomande playing right wing for me. So, a lot of these signings just aren't doing anything, bro. Like, they're not doing anything. Like, these are not, like, for me, yeah, I'm not someone that agrees with the needle mover stuff. Like, I think that if you buy a player that suits the way you want to play, that's worth way more than anything. This is why I would overpay for Bruno G if I'm Arsenal, because he's actually a player that suits what they've got going on. I think he just, like, it fits like a glove, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it fits like a glove. But Arsenal just signing a name for a name, like Vinicius Jr. is just a name that doesn't really suit the way Arsenal want to play, bro. Like, when you look at the profile of a Morgan Rogers, they were going to play on the left. To go all out for a Vinicius, yeah, profile-wise, is nothing like Morgan Rogers. Don't have the height of Morgan Rogers. Don't have the physicality. He's not that quote-unquote wing fielder. He's more of an out-and-out winger. Like, all of these things, yeah, all of these things make me think that they just want a name. Because the profiles ain't the same. Like it's a weird situation, isn't it? So I think they'll be better off saving their money, yeah, and just getting a player that they genuinely believe fits the profile of what Arteta's trying to do, because it could be detrimental him trying to go too far away from everything. Do you know what I'm saying? Man said Rance. I was saying this would rather Morgan Gibbs White than Rodgers. I hear it, but again, Gibbs White, I don't know what he's like in wide areas, to be fair. I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure. Man said you're the same guy who rates Sancho. Bro, you lot, I beg you click on this guy's profile and look at this guy's picture, bro. Like, honestly. Like, look at this guy's photo. Before he gets blocked, if you lot want to laugh. Man said, is there a chance we get Tchouaméni if they sign Rodri? Bro, I think there is a chance, but bro, I can't lie, bro. But what he'd cost, I don't want him, like. You know the ones, like, I'll be real, the Tchouaméni signing, it's a great signing, but in this value for money window, I think we can get better value for money. Like, the way that I'm rationalizing it is, yeah, I've seen some places they want 85 million pounds, which is 100 million euros. I've read some places that they want 65 million pounds. If it's 65 million pounds, yeah, I'll take Tchouaméni in a heartbeat. If it's 85 million pound, I'd rather put that 20 million towards another player. Do you get what I'm saying? Because as it stands right now, I think we're getting 3 players. I think we're getting a midfielder. I think we're getting a left back, and we're possibly, well, not possibly, I think we're getting an attacker as well. However, if man spend 65 instead of 85, we've got 20 million floating around to either put towards getting a Lewis Hall or something like that and paying extra, because he's probably going to cost the best part of like 65 million, I reckon. Or you could put that towards another player, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? You could really put that towards another player. So that's where I'm leaning, bro. Like, instead of spending 85 million pounds on him, I'll rather spend 45, 50 million on Sander Berg, bro, and have 35 million left over to go buy another player. That's what I'd rather. So, the Tchouaméni and the Camavinga situation is a weird one for me, because I've always preferred Camavinga as the player. I always thought that Camavinga is the better footballer, like, technically. But then Camavinga's availability is not great. So there's an argument that if you sign Camavinga, you might need to sign another midfielder to back him up, because he might not always be fit. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's like, if I was to sign Camavinga, and say Camavinga was cheap, he was like 45, 50 million, yeah, I might still go Stuttgart and go and get Chema as well, like, because I need another midfielder to back him up, because I don't trust his availability, bro, with all the games that we're going to be playing. Do you see what I mean? So I think depending on who we sign, I would think about if we need an extra player for insurance. That's the only thing I would say. Like, if we end up getting a midfielder for cheap, like 45, 50 million, I'll definitely go get an extra player, even if you don't need one. Just if you don't need one. Sarr, Tchouaméni, Hall would be great. I would like Sander Berg. Like, if we got Sander Berg instead of Tchouaméni, I reckon we could save 30 million, and then we can go give Stuttgart that 30 million plus whatever we needed to give. Do you know what I'm saying? Because Sarr's probably going to cost about 45 mil. Hall's going to cost about 65. Do you know what I'm saying? So we're looking at 110 mil. Sander Berg's probably going to cost between 40 and 50. So let's say 150 million, yeah, you can get Sander Berg, Sarr, and Hall. It's cheap, bro. That's cheap, bro. That is cheap. So I would do that. Saar would cost 45 million, I reckon, from Crystal Palace. So yeah, I just think that that's the smart business to do. That's the smart business to do. I'm not in. You know what? You know what's crazy? In this market, I feel like 85 million pounds for anyone is a bump, just because the level of footballers is just way lower than it needs to be. Like, the more that I'm seeing, yeah, what players are going for, I'm just reluctant to spend the money. Do you get what I mean? I'm reluctant now. Like, man, seen Diomande go, he's gonna go for probably 100 million pounds or more. And when I'm seeing that, I can't lie. No midfielder's worth more than 60 million now. Do you know what I mean? Man can say that 85 million is nothing, but it's not. I got Yuri Tielemans for 35 mil, bro. I got Yuri Tielemans for 35 mil. So now I'm looking at everyone sideways because Yuri Tielemans is better than all the players these men are getting linked with. So I don't business. Like, this is it. Yuri Tielemans is factually one of the best midfielders in the Premier League, and he has been for a few years. So, with that being said, yeah, if man can get this brother for 35 million, I don't care about the age. I'm thinking about the level of performances I'm going to be getting week in, week out from this guy for at least the next 2 to 3 years. So, if you can get that amount of quality for 35 million, this is why I'm saying you can go get me a Sander Berg, yeah, for between 40 and 50 million. And I know what I'm getting in the Prem. I know what he'll give us in the Champions League because I saw what he gave his country at the World Cup. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, it's not just about quality of players. It's about the amount of consistency that I believe that I'm going to be getting every single week. With some of the younger players, yeah, they've definitely got quality, but they don't have the consistency, bro. And ultimately, consistency is what wins you trophies, bro. It's what wins you trophies. It wins you trophies. Because with Tielemans' ability, like, you should be paying 80 million for him. Minimum. Based on the current market right now. Because what Bruno G is going to go for about 75, 80 minimum. Do you know what I'm saying? Is 85 million for Bruno G too much? Not really. For Arsenal, it's not really. In this market, Bruno G is worth 85 million. In this market, because we've just seen Diomande go for 100. So 85 for Bruno G in this market, yeah, is good business, bro. Like, he's better than Fernandes, bro. Fernandes went for 85 million. So, and Tonali went for 100 million. So, 85 million for Bruno Guimaraes, yeah, in line with inflation is a good amount of money to pay. I just wouldn't pay that shit. Do you get what I mean? I wouldn't pay that, but it's worth it in line with inflation. But my thing is, yeah, go get me a player that can play football for half of that, and there's loads of players out there that can play football. The one thing that Bruno G is going to give you, he's going to give you the experience, he's going to give you the consistency. He's a player that you know you're going to get 7 out of 10 every week from. Every single week, without fail. Like, you can rely on him. I'm not quite sure what his injury record is looking like, but in terms of performance level, his performance level is not really going to drop. Do you know what I'm saying? But the fact that Bruno G is 85 million, again, Yuri Tielemans at 35 million is an absolute steal, bro. They play completely different positions, so you can't compare them as footballers, like, in terms of what they do, because they play different positions. But in terms of levels, the fact that one's 35 and one's 85, 90 is crazy. Do you know what I'm saying? It's crazy. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. So, in my opinion, yeah, Arsenal should pay 85 million for Bruno G if that's what Newcastle want, because if they miss out on him, I don't think there's anyone else out there, profile-wise, that can play like him and give you the consistency that he gives you. I just don't think I don't think there is anyone out there that springs to mind right now, profile wise, like him, that can give you what Arteta wants. He's a scumbag. He's an Arteta signing, bro. He's Arsenal coded in a way. So I think it just makes sense to just pay the money, close your eyes, and just spend the money, bro. Do you get it? Like, do I think he's worth 85 million? No. But in this market, absolutely. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, but United have shown that man can get good deals in this window. You just have to be smart. You have to keep your business quiet. And also the fact that Arsenal have made it very, very clear, yeah, that they want him, that's driving the price up. Because now Newcastle know that Arsenal have made him the number one target. So now they can just keep stringing you along, bro. They can keep stringing you along now. And this is why I'm kind of happy that United are keeping a lot of their business quiet. I'm actually quite happy because it keeps the price down. I keep seeing people saying that Chelsea are going to take Bruno Guimaraes, but I haven't seen any Chelsea links. Is that just Chelsea fans assuming, or is there real talk that Chelsea are gearing up to rival the signing? Because if Bruno G comes in, that means Enzo's leaving, no? It must mean that, because Enzo and Caicedo were the starting pivot. So Bruno G comes in, he starts. Like, that don't make no sense. Even the Adam Wharton stuff as well doesn't make sense, because Adam Wharton's a starter. So Adam Wharton doesn't go to Chelsea and sit on the bench, bro, when he's playing for a European club at the moment, bro. So if Adam Wharton was to commit to going to Chelsea, it's only with the guarantee that he's going to be playing some football, you know? So a lot of things ain't making sense. The Alex Scott thing, I don't think Alex Scott leaves again. I think that Bournemouth, I believe has he got 2 years left? If he's got 2 years left, Bournemouth know that they can keep him for another year and still get top dollar for him, even though he's in his final year, because final year don't mean nothing anymore. Man got 60 million for Mason Mount, yeah, in his final year, Chelsea. So the truth is, yeah, if he's got 1 year left next season, they can still get 80 million for him. Minimum. They can. So I believe Scott stays at Bournemouth for another season, plays in Europe. That's also something else to add to your CV. Plays in a team that's going to not necessarily be built around him, but he'll be one of the main guys in the team. That's what could potentially happen. That's what could potentially happen. So I see Scott staying. I see Wharton staying as well. And I don't, honestly, the only way I see the hijack of Bruno Guimaraes or anyone like that is if Enzo to City's on. If Rodri leaves and then they decide that they're getting Enzo as the replacement, then I could potentially see an Adam Wharton, or, you get me, or a Bruno G hijack. But until I know what's going on with Enzo, man's not sure, innit, bro? Do you know what I'm saying? And I don't know, I just feel like Enzo's going to stay. I feel like Enzo's going to stay now because I haven't heard anything. But again, I'm not scouring the timeline, so I'm not going to pretend like I'm super, super plugged in with what's going on, like with Chelsea, because I haven't seen it. Man said Madrid fans think they'll get Rodri for 50 because there's 1 year left. Bro, City going to get their money, bro. You know what I mean? Rodri's going to cost them 100 million euro. I reckon they'll have to pay at least 85 million for Rodri. And said, and Malo Gusto in ambitious double deal for 190 million. Enzo Maresca wants to raid his old club. Blood fire. Malo Gusto, you know. Brother, what am I hearing, bro? Surely not. Surely City ain't gonna sign that off, bro. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? That's actually crazy. If City sign that off, they're finished, you know. I'll be real. I said it already, and I'm going to stick to my guns. If Rodri leaves Man City, they're cooked. They're cooked. Do you get me? The last of the Guardiolas and that. I think he's cooked. I think they're cooked because the thing is with City, the funny thing about the Man City thing is Anderson can say what he wants to say, innit? Like City without Pep Guardiola just are not as attractive. I don't care what anyone says. They're just not. And it's not about managers, bro, because Enzo Maresca is a decent coach, innit? So it's not even a clout thing when it comes to managers because football fans, yeah, especially football fans that haven't played the game, yeah, at a decent level, they don't understand, yeah, that most of the time players don't sign for clubs to play for managers unless they are elite managers, bro. You might sign for a club to play for Ferguson or to play for Ancelotti or Pep Guardiola or Jose. But all these other coaches, even like a Jurgen Klopp or an Arsene Wenger, like I remember, I believe it was Patrick Vieira said that he went to Arsenal because Arsene Wenger was there. And I think they had a conversation before Arsene Wenger even took the job. And he said to Patrick Vieira kind of thing like, yo, man's going to sign you kind of thing. I believe it was him. Or it could have been Henry. I'm not sure. But I feel like it was Vieira. But either way, when it's high profile managers like that or managers that have a lot of cultural currency, they can bring players in like that. Like Ancelotti can get James Rodriguez to play for Everton. Do you get what I'm saying? James Rodriguez, yeah, ain't going to play for Tottenham because De Zerbi's there, bro. Like, do me a fucking favor, innit? Like, let's be serious, please. Let's be serious, please. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, the biggest profile player that De Zerbi's coached is Mason Greenwood. You get what I'm saying? So we just need to be serious right now. People need to cut the crap. People need to cut the crap. Because the truth is, yeah, players sign for football clubs. This is the reason why teams like AC Milan, yeah, can still sign big names because they got cultural currency, bro. People say, yo, I played for AC Milan. AC Milan still got clout now, bro. And they've been struggling in that league for a long time, but they got clout still. Teams like Juventus and that still got clout, bro. Teams like Ajax still got clout because people understand what these teams have done. Even when Barcelona had no money, yeah, teams are willing to go to Barcelona and play for no money because it's Barcelona. They wasn't going to play, yeah. They wasn't going to play for Barcelona for the manager of Barcelona. They were going to play for Barcelona because it was Barcelona. You get what I'm saying? So when people start saying foolishness like that, yeah, it makes no sense, yeah? For the most part, players don't specifically choose a club just because of the manager. They choose it because of the history of the club, the culture, and sometimes the city as well. But the club, the actual currency of the club means more to these players because players understand that managers get sacked. They understand that managers get sacked. They understand that a manager could sign you and be gone within 6 months because it's happened many, many, many times. It's happened many times. You know what I'm saying? You've even had instances like Anthony where Ten Hag signed Anthony, yeah, and then he fell out with Anthony after that, bro, because he was under pressure and then he kind of scapegoated Anthony. And now I'm at a club, a manager's brought me here, and he don't fuck with me no more. And now we're beefing. Do you get what I'm saying? So signing for a club just because of a gaffer, yeah, is a risky business, bro. It's super risky business. You get me? So again, just signing for a manager don't make sense. Like I've seen it multiple times where players have been brought into a club by a manager and then the manager's been sacked within 6 months and then the new manager doesn't fancy them. I've seen it too many times and then before you know it, you're not getting no game time and you've been at the club for 6 months. And for the first half of the season, you were starting. Now you're not playing. There's too many stories. There's too many stories like that. Do you know what I mean? And I've seen it at every at every level, from non-league level throughout the Football League all the way to the Premier League. You've seen it. So signing for a club purely based on a manager most of the time don't make sense. You go to the club that has the best project and has the best history. That's what you tend to see in it. So people are overrating the impact of these run-of-the-mill gaffers, mate. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, no one's signing for, I don't know. Let me think of a club. Let me think of a club that's got, let's say, like a Brentford or something like that. If you're signing for Brentford, to be fair, you're more likely to sign for Brentford, yeah, because of the project. But you're not going to sign for the manager. You're not. Same with Crystal Palace. You might sign for the project, but the chances are these men are not going to have big game managers, big name managers. It's not fair to say Arteta, because Arteta's brand of football is not attractive. But you would sign for Arsenal because it's Arsenal. You wouldn't sign for Arsenal because of Mikel Arteta, because Mikel Arteta ain't got enough skin in the game, bro. Mikel Arteta's not Carlo Ancelotti. You would sign for Arsenal because of what you remember Arsenal to be under Arsene Wenger, bro. And Thierry Henry and them, man, there. Like, you will sign for Arsenal because of that. You'll sign for Arsenal because of the Invincibles and the history of the club. You wouldn't sign for Arsenal just because Arteta's got nice hair, bro. Like, nobody does that. Do you know what I'm saying? Like nobody does that. Like Luis Enrique, 100%. You'll sign for Luis Enrique because you remember Luis Enrique. You remember you remember MSN. Like, you remember those things, and then you remember double Champions League back to back. So you'll go to PSG because of Luis Enrique. That's not to say that PSG aren't becoming an increasingly attractive team, because they are. And also the city of Paris, yeah, is a nice city to live in as well. Do you get what I'm saying? So Paris have two things going for them. It's a nice location. The same with Milan. Teams will sign for Milan clubs because of their history, but also because it's a nice city, it's a nice culture. So most of the time, man are signing for the off the pitch shit rather than the on the pitch shit, bro. That's the reason why Newcastle can't sign players. It doesn't matter who the Newcastle manager was. If Jose Mourinho was Newcastle manager, there's still bare man that don't want to live in Newcastle, bro. People would go there for Jose, but as soon as Jose cut, they're leaving, bro. They're leaving. So sometimes, yeah, getting a player that wants to play for the club because of the manager is not a good idea, bro. You're better off getting players that want to play for the club because they want to play for the club. That's it. And then you don't get these issues. You don't get these issues. I'm saying Liverpool ain't got the aura. Bro, there's talk of Barcola potentially wanting to go to Liverpool. And again, Liverpool's another club. Liverpool's got history. So if Barcola wants to go to Liverpool, it's because he would have seen Liverpool win the Champions League. He's not going there for fucking Iriola, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, stupid Premier League fans will think that Iriola's got mad pull, bro. Like, outside of the Prem, most of these men don't know who the fuck this guy is, bro. He was managing Bournemouth. Let's be real now. Let's be real now. Like, Liverpool's history is what will get them Barcola if he goes there. Yeah, they're saying that he's giving them priority, but they're asking for crazy dough. They're asking for crazy dough. Like, even Florian Wirtz, bro. Like, Florian Wirtz, even though Liverpool fans are saying, oh yeah, like, he chose them over Man City, even though I feel like Man City weren't going to pay him the money and they didn't want to pay the fee. But that's neither here nor there. The reason why you get a Florian Wirtz is because you're Liverpool Football Club. That's why. You don't get a Florian Wirtz because, you get me, he wants to play for a specific manager. You don't get that. You don't get that. Because the funny thing is, some of the things that Liverpool fans were saying to me, they were saying, oh, he didn't want to go City because he weren't sure if Pep was leaving and all this bullshit, yeah? Brother, the manager that he signed for has been sacked already, bro. So what are you talking about? Do you get what I mean? So all this lies about man not knowing if Pep was staying or going, so I'm not going City. Then all of a sudden, man signs for Slot and he's gone already. Like the maths not mathing, bro. It had nothing to do with fucking Pep Guardiola why man didn't go there. City didn't want to pay the dough, or else he would have gone to Man City, whether Pep was leaving the year after or not. He would have gone there. Do you get it? So this is why when man start making up things, yeah, to suit narratives, yeah, like man have to make sure that they can corroborate the story, because he did not sign for Arne Slot. He signed because Liverpool are a big club on paper, and that was the only team that would pay the money. Because there's no way he picks Arne Slot, yeah, over Pep Guardiola. It's impossible. Pep Guardiola's got more pull than Liverpool Football Club. But Liverpool Football Club have more pull than Manchester City. So if Pep's not in the equation, I might have believed you. But if Pep calls you and says, I want you to play for my team, yeah, most of the time as a player, you go. You just go. I said we need to keep moving Kone or Sanderberg. Listen, I believe the Kone stuff's coming from his agent, you know. I'll be honest. Like, because before Kone was turning it up in the World Cup, the links weren't really there, bro. And then all of a sudden he had a few good games and his agent probably seen it as an opportunity to start boosting his profile in the window, bro. That's what I believe is happening with the Kone situation. And also his club, I've seen how well people have taken to him in the World Cup, and I believe that they're now trying to get more money than they wanted before, and that could end up backfiring. So, you know, I'm not really sure about the Kone situation, but I believe a lot of it's agent driven, just because of the timing. It was a bit too convenient. As soon as he started playing well in the World Cup, all of a sudden, yeah, Man United won him. But it's like, brother, man never heard your name 3 weeks before that. Yeah, the news coming out is that everyone at Manchester United is not sold on Kone. There's not a unanimous yes, or else they would have put down the money already. Which is fine. Yeah, 100%. Tonali went Spurs because they were the only team that were willing to drop their bread. 100 million plus wages. The overall package for Tonali was ludicrous. And Tonali's a player I like, but I know exactly what kind of player Tonali is, and a player of his profile is not worth that money. I don't believe in paying 100 million for, like, quote unquote steady eddies, bro. Do you know what I mean? Steady eddies are not 100 million. And when I look at steady eddies, yeah, I don't see steady eddy as an insult. Do you know what I mean? Sanderberg's a steady eddy. Tchouameni's a steady eddy. Even Santos is a steady eddy. Like, steady eddies ain't worth 100 million, bro. They're not. Like, Bruno G's a steady eddy. You see these kind of players that kind of just break up play, and they're very, very important, but they're not 100 million pound players. Like they're not. They're not, unless you're getting the elite of the elite. If you're getting like the Rodri in this generation, and you have to pay 100 million for Rodri, Ballon d'Or, World Cup winner, cool. But for Sandro Tonali, 100 million is crazy. Based on Tonali's price tag, Rodri's worth 200 million then. Like, bro, they're talking about 90 million euros for Buwadi, bro. 90 million euros for Buwadi. So that means Rodri's got to be worth more than that. So, you know, It's weird, bro. Sandro Tonali, probably about, I reckon he's probably, if I'm being fair, he's probably, I'd say Sandro Tonali is about 70 million. I said I think United just want Tchouaméni. I don't know, man. I don't know. I think you might be right. Bro. I think that you might be right, man. You might be right. Bruv, I can't lie, bro. You know what it is? It would just, I know the signing will be a good signing, yeah? But I just don't know if the signing, football-wise, will be better than the signing commercially, if that makes sense. I don't know if you're with me. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't know if you're with me. I just think that the signing of a Tchouaméni, yeah, he's a good player, but for the extra money we pay, I don't know if we get our extra money's worth. Do you get what I'm saying? I feel like Sander Berg does the same job for less money. For less money to buy him and less wages as well. I wouldn't say he's overrated, but you know what it is? Whether we like it or not, Real Madrid, yeah, when you play for Real Madrid, it adds value to you as a player even before you kick a ball. And what I mean by that is Vinicius Jr., yeah? Vinicius Jr. is like a Samba Wayne Routledge, blood. But he'll cost 150 million because he's at Real Madrid. That's the only reason. Like, if Vinny was playing for fucking, I don't know, if he was, let's say he was playing for Sevilla or something like that, yeah? The same profile of player, the exact same profile of player, and he's playing for Sevilla. There's no way he's costing that much money, bro. There's no way. Do you know what I mean? He can do the occasional, like, game breaker thing where it looks crazy, but for the most part, Vinny's super inconsistent, super erratic. And when you look at his numbers internationally, the thing is, yeah, I've grown up in an era where Brazil national team transcend the sport of football, innit? And with the Brazilians, yeah, it's like, one thing about the Brazilians, every generation of Brazilian teams, they are always looking for a player to kind of, to bear the torch, so to speak, to be the face of the national team. Vinny was supposed to be that guy after Neymar. And Vinny's so bad that they're already looking at Esteval. They skipped Vinny. They literally went from Neymar, yeah, straight to Esteval and said, bun Vinicius, bro. Because we can't trust this bro. He's rubbish. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the reality. Like, it's a good, if you look at how because the Brazilians are very, very, very harsh, yeah, with the way that they judge their own players. And rightly so, because they try and hold the standards as high as they can. So with that in mind, yeah, the fact that these men are looking at Esteval and they're rating Esteval higher than Vinicius Jr., yeah, and Vinicius has been at Real Madrid for all these years, it tells you the Brazilians don't rate him. They don't rate him. And the thing is with the Brazilians, they'll rate you for what you do in that shirt. That's what they'll rate you for. They don't care about all the other stuff that you do. Like, Vinny's got like an opposite career to like Kylian Mbappe, for instance. Like, Kylian Mbappe, yeah, has earned his notoriety from what he's done in a blue shirt, innit? obviously in club football, like Mbappe's done what he's done, but his reputation has been earned in World Cups and in European Championships. On the international stage, Vinicius has done absolutely nothing. He's done nothing. And this is what I mean. Neymar's got 100 goals for 3 different clubs, and he's a scrub. So what's Vinicius? What's Vinicius then? Because a lot of these generation want to disrespect Neymar. And this is this is my issue, bro. Like Vinny Jr., his name is way, way, way bigger than the actual player. His brand is bigger than the player. His actual ability, he doesn't even deserve to be at Real Madrid. He's not even a Real Madrid level player when you actually look at his ability. For what we know Real Madrid players to be. And I said Lee was going through his stats earlier. I can't believe he ain't hit 100 goals. Believe it, bro. Because again, Vinicius' hype is way bigger than the sum of his parts, bro. He's extremely overrated because he's a Galactico. And when you're a Galactico and you play for Real Madrid, it naturally increases your value tenfold because it's a massive club. Real Madrid's the biggest club in the world, bro. They're the biggest club in the world. Man United do that as well, bro. It's the truth. I've told you, man, already about Man United. Manchester United have Marcus Rashford on 325 a week. Rashford believes that he should be playing for Barcelona's and Real Madrid's and Bayern Munich's. But his ability isn't that. I said that Marcus Rashford was a Crystal Palace player in 2016, bro. And I got absolute pelters for it. I got pelters for it. Do you see what I'm saying? Manchester United, yeah? Manchester United increased the profile of nearly every single player that plays for them. Alejandro Garnacho has played for Manchester United, Chelsea, and now Aston Villa because he was at Manchester United. If Chelsea didn't buy Garnacho from Man United and they bought Garnacho from Villarreal or bought him from RB Leipzig, Aston Villa would not be signing Alejandro Garnacho. And Chelsea wouldn't have signed Alejandro Garnacho if he wasn't coming from Manchester United. Because he's not good. Yeah, Man United signed Garnacho from Atletico's youth team. That's why I didn't count them, because he didn't play for their first team. But the truth is, yeah, once you play for Man United first team, your value just goes through the roof. Even players like Scotty, they love Scotty in Naples now. They love Scotty in Naples. But would Napoli have come in to sign Scott, yeah, if Scott was playing for Sunderland? Probably not. Do you get what I'm saying? The exact same player, same ability, same everything. If he's at Sunderland and not Man United, Napoli don't come in to sign him. Manchester United's brand is super powerful. Super powerful. So this is exactly what Real Madrid do for players as well. Once you play for Real Madrid, there's a premium on you because you're coming from the biggest club in the world. So people assume a certain level of quality you're going to bring. They assume that. And that goes across the board, innit? So when you sign a player, from Real Madrid, for the most part, especially in this era, overinflated. Back in the day, getting Di Maria, getting Ozil, it was amazing. You get me? Because you're getting world-class players. You're getting world-class players. Like, those were the times that Real Madrid had real world-class players. If you get James Rodriguez, what other player would have been around that time that moved on? Obviously, Bayern got Ian Robben. Who else would have moved on from around them times? But either way, yeah, the Schneiders. Schneider going to, Inter Milan after, right? Like, all these kind of moves, like, you're getting ballers, bro. You're getting ballers. Did Alonso go to Bayern after Real Madrid? He did, right? So, when you're getting players, yep, Higuain, all these guys, when you're getting players from there, you're getting elite talent from there. That's what you're getting from there. But now, you're not getting elite talent. You're just getting elite names. Do you get what I'm saying? You're getting elite names now. Because Real Madrid is going to boost your profile. So now if you go to Real Madrid and you sign Arda Güler, for instance, yeah, he's a good player. But Arda Güler is not going to come into your team and give you what Mesut Ozil gave you. He's not going to come into your team and give you what Wesley Schneider or Ian Robben gave you, because he's not that level of baller. But he's going to come with that level of gas. Because football's dead, like. So imagine, like, if Man United signed Arda Güler tomorrow, man, I'm going to be like, we got Arda from fucking Real Madrid, rares, hype, gas. Man, I'll probably flop, like. When you used to sign Galacticos from Real Madrid, you were signing guaranteed quality, bro. And now you're just signing fucking names, bro. That's what you're signing. You're just signing names now. Like, majority of these players, their names would move the needle, but the performances would not move the needle. Like, Varane was an elite player. When we signed Varane, we signed an over-the-hill Varane, and he was still incredible. The guy managed to make Lissandro look like a footballer. Same with Casemiro. We got a past his best Casemiro, had one of his best goal-scoring seasons in his whole career. A washed Casemiro. That's how Casemiro's level was so high. My man was on the way down, yeah, and still managed to boss the Prem. And we saw, what's his name at Chelsea do the same thing, Thiago Silva. We saw a washed Thiago Silva go to Chelsea and make the Premier League look like baby food. Because these were genuine elite players. Chelsea still ain't replaced Thiago. Still hasn't done it. So when you look at these situations, it's easy work. Easy work, bro. Football's cooked now. It's cooked. Brother, Casemiro bossed the Premier League, bro. That's what he did. Like, brother, Casemiro single-handedly, yeah, helped Bruno break the assist record. Single-handedly. The bro scored like 8 headers, bro. From Bruno crosses and set pieces, bro. The guy was scoring goals, clutch goals, collecting man of the matches, winning tackles, playing passes, scoring bangers. He done it all. And he done it all, yeah, at the tail end of his career. The bro's in America now. In America now. He would have been one of the highest scoring midfielders in the league. At the tail end of his career, bro. Like, brother, like what Casemiro did, yeah, last season, when the season before man was saying he was washed, is the equivalent to when Floyd beat up Canelo when he was 36. It's the equivalent of that. 36 years old and just punch man up. Man said Fabrizio hasn't said a word on Vinny to Arsenal. But maybe because he doesn't know anything. Maybe because he doesn't know anything, because the truth is nothing's really happening. Do you know what I'm saying? like Arsenal are exploring the opportunity to bring Vinicius Jr. to the Emirates, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Like Rance is exploring, do you know what I mean, the possibility of bringing Rihanna to London, bro. That just means that I sent her a DM and she aired, man. Yeah, bro. That's it. He showed his full repertoire at Man United. He did. He did. And I think that if United signed Tchouaméni, yeah, then I believe that we'll see another level to his game that we never saw at Real Madrid. Because it sounds mad, yeah, but a lot of players, when they go to Real Madrid, because there's so much talent there, they have to shrink themselves, innit? They have to make themselves smaller, yeah, to either fit in or to accommodate the other players there. And then when they go to other clubs and they become the main guy, they can kind of puff their chest out. Like, you see what Endrick's doing in France. Like, Endrick went to Real Madrid and he looked like a bit of a hype job there. Do you know what I'm saying? And then all of a sudden, Endrick goes to France and he's looking like one of the best strikers in the world. Because he was finally allowed to just excel, just to breathe and relax and just enjoy his football. So I think there's fully a chance. I think there's fully a chance that Tchouaméni leaves Real Madrid and then he shows a whole level that we didn't know that he had. Do you know what I'm saying? I think so. I said Arsenal stay exploring Indiana Jones FC. Bro, it's mad, bro. I think that there's pressure on them from the fans to deliver a big name. And I think that it's getting to them. I think it's getting to them. Man said, please come get Tchouaméni. We're selling for 85 million euro. If it's 85 million euro, United will be there, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? We'll come with 85 million euro in euros, blood. You get me? In coins, fam. So yeah, we're gonna see, bro. Hey, that's crazy. Man said Noni's exploring the possibility of calling Ruby Rose. You're on cam, bruv. You know what I mean? You're on cam. Man said Cass bossed the Prem and led the United to no trophies. Cass won 2 trophies at Man United in... Is it 3 seasons, guys? Is it 3 seasons? 2 trophies? Or is it 4 seasons, 2 trophies? It's 4 seasons, 2 trophies. Because he had a season with Carrick, a season with Ruben, and then 2 seasons with Eric Ten Hag. So 4 seasons, 2 trophies. Yeah. So yeah, that went down like, I don't know, like a lead balloon. Do you know what I mean? Keep coping though. Man said there aren't even 9s like Melito anymore. Nah, you're correct. But also, I just think the game, I think we're living in a post number 9 era now. Do you know what I'm saying? I think the best teams in the world are not really paying out and out number 9s. Like, and the funny thing is, yeah, I'm not comparing the 2 players, but for instance, yeah, you look at Joshua Zirkzee, yeah, and you look at Harry Kane in terms of the positions that they pick up on the pitch. They're actually not too dissimilar. The only difference is obviously Harry Kane scores more goals. So I say that to say people are only saying that Zirkzee's not a striker because he's not getting the GA. They're not saying he's not a striker because of the positions that he picks up. So when you look at football right now, Arsenal won the league without playing an out-and-out striker. They did, because Gyökeres is trash. They're already trying to get rid of him. Arsenal had Marino and Kai Havertz probably playing the majority of their games up front. PSG didn't have a number 9 for the whole season. Bayern Munich play Harry Kane, and Harry Kane plays deeper than Musiala, Diaz, and Elise for the most part. So when I'm thinking about the best teams in football at the moment, none of them playing out and out number 9 apart from Manchester City. Like nobody. So I just don't think this number 9 thing really works anymore, bro. And even Arteta don't even really like it. I don't believe he wanted Gyökeres like that. I don't believe he wanted him like that. Well, we know he wanted Sesko, but even then, like I don't believe that the guy likes playing with a striker. You can't argue that number 9s are coming back, because if number 9s are coming back, name me all these number 9s that are coming back. Because João Pedro's not a number 9. He's definitely a 10 that's playing as a false 9. João Pedro. Spain just won the Euros with Oyarzabal up front, and then they brought a Marino in the same position. Neither of them are really strikers. Where are the number 9s that we're talking about? Where are the number 9s that are coming back? Where are they? Like, where are they coming back? Like, yeah, bro, Sesko's calm. Do you know what I mean? I wouldn't go as far as saying that he's quality, but he's alright. He's cool. Do you know what I'm saying? Sesko's cool. Sesko is cool. Do you know what I'm saying? Man said, but still there are a lot of expect. Man said, though you lot are expecting to win Prems and UCLs, not Carabao Cup. But how do you know what we're expecting to win and what we're not? Like, how do you know? Bro, that's what I'm saying. Man said strikers are coming back, but man can't name me no strikers. Like, it's a myth, bro. Strikers are not coming back, bro. Strikers are extinct, bro. Like, in this game, like, none of the top teams ain't playing no fucking box strikers. None of them. Even Alexander Isak ain't a box striker. Isak floats and he's kind of everywhere, like. And even Ekatike is the same. Ekatike is better, deeper in build-up. Like, Ekatike wants to get on the ball, like. Ekatike is not a in the box striker, bro. Like, he's not that. Like, no one can pretend he is to me. He's not. He's a similar kind of profile to a João Pedro. So, again, like, none of these guys are box strikers. None of them. So yeah, like, yeah, there's none of that, guys. There's none of that. So for me, I think the best teams that are playing the best football have to play with guys in the number 9 position that can drop deep and combine. I think that's where the game's gone. And I think that's where the game will continue to go, because it's all about having extra bodies and overloading different zones on the pitch now. That's where the game's gone to. It's a numbers game. It's a system game. So it's all about outnumbering your opponent in different territories. Man said most strikers are either 10s that can't play 10 in the league anymore, or wingers who ain't got pace. Bro, this is what I'm saying, bro. Like, you're only out and out strikers in the Prem, bro. You're looking at shit players like Delap. You're looking at shit players like the Brazilian brother that plays for Brentford. You're looking at, these men are all rubbish, bro. When you're looking at out and out strikers in the Prem, Erling's the only good one. The rest of them are meaty, bro. Like Creepy's not an out-and-out striker. He can play across the front three. Like Ollie Watkins is pants, bro. Like he can do a job. Don't get me wrong, but he's pants. Mateta's calm. Mateta's calm. But in the grand scheme of world football, Mateta's not a world beater. Mateta's just a good Premier League player. That's it. You get me? Same with Evan Nilsson, just a good Premier League player. But do you know what I'm saying? Like Evan Nilsson ain't a fucking like, bro. None of these guys are like top level, bro. Like none of them. Brian Brobby and that. Brian Brobby's an absolute handful. But if we're keeping it real, Brian Brobby's a mid-table player, bro. Like he's where he needs to be. Like most of these strikers, yeah, I'd have them at my team to come off the bench as a plan B or a plan C. But they'll never be my plan A. They'll never be plan A players. I don't think that Brobby's underrated. I think that Brian Brobby, yeah, is like... Brian Brobby's like that link that you don't see that often, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Every time you see her, bro, it's always a great time, bro. But that's because you don't see her and you don't talk to her, blood. You know what I'm saying? If he was watching this bro every week, you'll be sick of him. Bro, that Solanke as well, dead food. Dead food. And Solanke's thing's meant to be build-up play. But he's just not that good either. That's why I said, yeah, I would take Sarr from Crystal Palace. Because he's kind of an inside forward. He can run the flanks. He can play down the middle. He's got pace and he can score goals. But he's not an out-and-out striker, bro. Like, he's not just going to stay in the middle and ask you to cross the ball. He's going to do other things. This is why I said, if we're just signing someone for versatility off the bench to get you some goals and to be a nuisance at the other end of the pitch, you go sign someone like him. Sign a player like that. But yeah, the striker market is suffering. It's suffering. Yeah, trust me. Ismail Assar, yeah, he would be a shrewd bet of business if Manchester United would go and grab him, for instance. If you could move Rashford on. Be a good bit of business. Hey, 1 second, guys. Oi, run up the lights, people. 1 second. I said bet or whatever, and bro, that's what I'm saying. These men are scrubs, bro. This is what I mean. Like, these strikers are dead. This is why, yeah, when man was saying that strikers are coming, they're not coming back. Ollie Watkins is a good Premier League level striker, bro. Ollie Watkins is like, I remember when Man United signed Alan Smith, you know them ones, like one of them guys, Leeds United striker, and that, like, that's what Ollie Watkins is, just Alan Smith, bro. Like one of them dons that, you get me? You just sign man because man does all right in the Prem and that. Like, this is that, bro. It's mad. Like, it's not making sense. Again, for me, the striker market is not worth. It's not worth dipping into. Like, You're better off getting a versatile forward, keeping Josh, and then you're all right. Because the way that Carrick actually wants to build up, you kind of need a striker that can drop into the middle, yeah, and receive the ball. And I'll be real, yeah. If Carrick is planning on playing Brian on the right-hand side, I don't like the idea of playing Sesko, Brian, and Bruno, blood, because those are 3 first touches that I don't believe in. I don't think that man can play the fluid football, yeah, that we've been playing in pre-season with Brian and Sesko and Bruno as 3 of your front 4. Like, to me, that's an eyesore, bro. That's an eyesore for me. Like, it needs to be, if you're gonna play Sesko, then man need 2 technical players either side of him. Man have to play Ahmad and Cunha. Man have to play Ahmad. Man can't be playing Brian and Bruno and Sesko. It's dead, bro. I can't lie. It's not that Sesko's first touch necessarily is bad. It's that Sesko can't receive the ball, yeah, facing away from play, bro. Like, with a player behind him. The way that Xerxes can drop deep, control the ball, hold someone off, pop it off, and that. Sesko's back to goal game is not that, innit? Sesko prefers to receive the ball running onto it or facing the goal. So because of that, man don't want to see this back to goal Sesko gimmick, bro. Like, man don't want to see it. And if he is back to goal, man can't have him trying to lay the ball off to Brian. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, because it can just get ugly real quick. It can get ugly real quick. So I think when we saw Xerxes dropping into the pocket and Shea running past him, I think that Xerxes dropping into the pocket with Bruno running past him, yeah, is pure fucking hoops, bro. With Tielemans just playing the ball, that Xerxes dropping into the pocket, yeah, laying the ball off to Tielemans, and then he drops it over the top, bro, to Bruno, and Bruno's through, or Brian's through. You know what I'm saying? Like, them were hooping, bro. Nah, Sesko's hold-up play is one of the weakest parts of his game, bro. That's why people were saying, oh, he needs to get stronger, he needs to bulk up. Like, back to goal, Sesko's, like, it's not it, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? It's not it, bro. Man said Xerxes loses composure in front of the box. Well, that's not really true. You know them way there, bro. I can't lie. That's not really true, bro. But I don't know too many men that are composed enough to be rounding keepers and that and sitting man down and that. Pre-season or no pre-season. Do you know what I'm saying? It's got nothing to do with it. Like, the truth is, yeah, I'm not going to sit here, yeah, and allow people to gaslight me into believing that Xerxes can't play in the Premier League, yeah, when I've seen players like Garnacho, Rasmus Højlund, do you know what I'm saying, in my league, bro. But you're telling me that Xerxes, yeah, can't play in the Prem. But man like Højlund that never scored for 17 games, man was saying, oh, Rance, he's only young, give him time. And like, man can, like, them man there are crazy. Do you get what I mean? Like, they're actually mad. You can't tell me to be patient with Rasmus Højlund and then all the quality. And let's not forget that Xerxes got an assist as well, because the weight of pass on the assist was quality. You got players like Noni Madueke playing in the league, bro. And you're telling me that Xerxes can't play in the league, but Noni can. What do you mean? What do you mean? Like, it's not making a lot of sense. Do you know what I mean? Man saying man can't cope in the Prem. Bro, I'm watching Kai Havertz score goals in the Premier League, yeah, playing for the Premier League champions, and you're telling me a player with the quality of Joshua Xerxes can't play in the league? It's nonsense. I don't want to hear it. I do not want to hear it, bro. You know what I mean? This league is full of bare shit players, bro, that are playing week in, week out. Neto's rubbish as well, bro. He just runs around. There's no such thing as a playing style that doesn't suit the Premier League. every player's playing style can suit the Premier League, yeah, depending on what team they're in. A lot of the teams in the Premier League play completely different. You can't say, yeah, oh, bro, Mateus Tell, bro, plays in the Prem. Colomani and them, man, playing in the Prem, you know. Brother, it's crazy. Frimpong sucks playing in the Prem. So Frimpong can play in the Prem, but Xerxes can't. Brother, it's crazy. That's not making no sense, my brother. You get me? That's not making no sense. Not making no sense at all, bro. Man said Kai is a Champions League finalist. What's that? Oh, bro, you might need to do your Googles. You might need to do your Googles. You got a guy in Bino Gittins. Bro, there's so many dead ballers that play in the Prem, bro. You get what I'm saying? Like, there's so many men. Like, bro, like, man are saying Beto and Barry and the scrub at Brentford as well. Like, there's so many dead ballers in the Prem. A man are telling me that Xerxes can't play in the Prem. He can play in the Prem. He just needs to play in a team that plays a certain way. I don't believe this can't play in the Prem thing, because it depends on what team you play for. Because if you looked at Brian, yeah, if you looked at Brian at Man United, it would be fair to say, you know what, if the first time you ever saw Brian at Man United, you were like, you know what, he's struggling with the level of the Prem. He's not this level. But then you show man the Brian at Brentford that was mashing in goals, and then you're like, hold on, is that the same guy? Like, that's why this can't play in the Prem shit don't make no sense. It don't make no sense, because it depends on what team you're playing for. It really does depend on the team, bro. Because there's certain players that are just better suited to a certain brand of football, so they might need to go to a different club for that. That is all. Yeah, Strand Larson. All these men are scoring goals. Man are telling me that Chris Wood, yeah, is a Premier League player, but Joshua Xerxes is not. Like the arguments are not very intelligent. They're not very intelligent. If I'm a better footballer than you, of course I can play in this league. But obviously there's going to be certain brands of football that just suit me better. That's it. That's it. I think, bro, if Josh stays, which I think that he probably will, yeah, he'll start the season because Benji's not fit. And I think that him starting the season could be perfect, because if he starts the season and he starts the season well, I think his career could just take off from then, especially with the football we're trying to play. Man said Xerxes hasn't done it in the Prem though. It's black and white, but it's not black and white. Or maybe it is, but not in the way that you meant it. But he has, like, to say that Xerxes hasn't done it in the Prem is very short-sighted, because he's never had a run of games in the Prem. And there's been many, many times, yeah, where Xerxes come onto the pitch, yeah, and he's influenced games. Many times. Even without putting the ball in the net himself, he's influenced games. He's changed the rhythm in the game. He's affected the game many times in games. Bro, Semenyo's rubbish. He's actually rubbish. But that's what I'm saying. You're telling me that Semenyo is a Premier League player, but Xerxes not, because Semenyo runs faster than him. That's not making sense, bro. It's good football. Like, he just needs to play in a team that plays a certain brand of football, yeah? And he needs a run of games like every other player in world football. Every player in world football needs a run of games, bro. That's it. Because how do you build momentum? How do you build match rhythm? How do you build confidence if you know, yeah, that if you have a game and maybe you're not at your best, you know the next game you're just getting dropped, bro. You don't build confidence from that. You don't build confidence. He just needs a run. He just needs a run of just needs a run of games. That's it. Bro, trust me, they're running while doing nothing. And the funny thing is, yeah, when you watch his goal that he scored the other day, my man started the goal and finished the goal. How often do you see that? How often do you see that? And these men went from saying sell him against Wrexham, yeah, because the midfield couldn't get him the ball, to, oh yeah, reminds me of Berbatov. All in the space of a week, bro. These football fans are so fickle. So fickle. Bro, I'll be honest, yeah. Bruv, there's no guarantees in football. There's no guarantees in football. However, yeah, if you're playing well, I believe, you see with Michael Carrick, I believe that fair is fair with Carrick. If you're playing well, he'll play you. That's what I believe. That's what I believe. Because we saw it, bro. We actually saw it with Benjamin Sesko. Sesko was coming on scoring goals, and eventually he forced his way into the team, bro. Even though the manager preferred Brian up front, because he forced his way in because he was scoring. So if Xerxes starts the season, for instance, yeah, and he's playing well, if he's playing well, I believe the manager's going to keep playing him. That's what I believe. So it's up to him. It's up to him, bro. Do you know what I mean? Gyökeres plays in the Prem, bro. Listen, that guy can't control his own piss, bro. A man's playing in the Premier League. Imagine them man are dropping pre-season videos of Gyökeres doing one-to-one training. He still can't control the ball with no defenders on him. No defenders on man. He still can't control the ball, bro. Do you know what I mean? And this brother's got a Premier League trophy. A man are telling me, but my guy can't play in this league, but that clown can. Not making sense. Yeah, it's mental, bro. I said Gyökeres is good, Rance. I disagree. Bro, he is good, bro. I hope Arsenal give him a new deal. Man said Sesko will have a breakthrough season. I believe he'll get 25 goals in all comps. I hope so. I hope so. You know what I'm saying? He does score goals. He does score goals if we keep feeding him. My thing is, yeah, I want to see my team play good football. The goals will come. I don't care who scores the goals. Like, I'm not of the opinion that it matters who scores. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I think a lot of these fucking what is it called? FPL mutants give a shit who scores, because them man get double points or triple points. I don't give a fuck who scores the goals, you know. I don't care who scores the goals. So if Sesko, yeah, is scoring goals, but it's to the detriment of our football, then I'd rather he's on the bench. I'll be honest. Like, I still think we played better with Brian up front than him. We had more fluidity. And one thing about Carrick's football, yeah, Carrick's style, yeah, the way he likes to play, he does like to play with quite a fluid attack. He did like to play with quite a fluid attack, bro. Like, and we even saw it with Xerxes dropping in and Shea running wide, and then Dorgu playing in between that little, like in between the lines, just off the wing. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, Carrick likes the players to kind of roam and pick up little pockets and stuff like that. So the way that he likes to play, I could see there a lot of rotation in attack. Man said our best performances were without Sesko. I agree completely. And that's no knock on him. I just think stylistically, yeah, he's got his place in the team. But like for me, I think that you have to be as like ruthless as Erling, yeah, to start week in, week out, bro. Because when man's not scoring goals, man's not offering anything else, innit? That's my biggest criticism. And Erling scores enough goals that it kind of doesn't matter that he's not doing other things. That's my thing. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. His link up play is it's negligible, bro. Man can say that it's good, that it's negligible, bro. Like nobody's commending man for his link up play still. Like nobody. Like it's not a facet of his game that you would even bother to highlight because it's bang average. It's what you would expect from a Premier League striker. But receiving the ball under pressure when there's players very close to you, I don't trust him in those positions. Like if there's a player, if he's coming towards the ball and there's a player behind him, I don't trust him to pass the ball into his feet like that. Like he hasn't shown me that he can receive the ball, take contact, and get out. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it's just one of those things. Like nobody, yeah, I haven't seen it enough, bro. Man said with Sesko, he's not versatile. Meanwhile, Mbumo can interchange. But that's what I mean. I think Carrick's football in general, yeah, is fluidity. You know what I'm saying? It really is fluidity, bro. So just one of them ones. But it's my fault, you know. Normally my streams are subscribers only. I was thinking, where are all these see you next Tuesdays? It's normally subscribers only, but it wasn't. You know what I'm saying? Because man set it up like literally half an hour before I went live. When I saw the bomber for Diomande, I thought, fuck it, let me go live. And man forgot to change the settings and that. You know what I mean? There's been a few weirdos, bro. But the funny thing is, yeah, man chat shit, then you click on their profile and you see what they look like, and then you actually realize why these men are upset with life. You know, like that. It's crazy. Too many things going on. Man said Mount will be good because Carrick will instill confidence. Mount won't be good, but Mount will help us as and when we need him, hopefully. And for the most part, I don't know if you lot saw it, but early on in the game, yeah, Mount was shit. I say the first 20 minutes, he kept giving the ball away, yeah. And you can see Carrick was getting angry on the side, bro. Like he was just giving the ball away under very little pressure in the first phase, innit? And the way that Carrick likes to build up with the double pivots dropping deep to help in the first phase to either receive the ball on the half turn and progress it, or to draw the midfield in so the centre backs can play through the middle. Do you know what I'm saying? One or the other. So Mount was shit for the first 20 and then he grew into the game, innit? But Mason Mount, yeah, gets praised for doing the bare minimum all the time, bro. All the time. And this is why, bro. People don't like it, but I always have to highlight these things. Because man will praise Mason Mount for doing the bare minimum. They won't talk about how much he costs. They won't talk about how much wages he's on. They won't talk about how he can't stay fit. They talk about Mason Mount like he's a brand new signing every single time. This is like his third season at the club, bro. Maybe longer than that. I don't even know. It could be his fourth season. Brother, these man praised this guy for doing the bare fucking minimum. The bare minimum. Like certain man were talking about Mason Mount's performance in the last game that weren't that good, yeah. He probably performed for like 30 minutes or something like that. They were talking about the 30 minutes that he actually done all right more than they were talking about the Alex Santos, not Alex Santos, the Andre Santos performance. Do you know what I'm saying? Xerxes got his flowers because he scored. If Xerxes didn't score and he just got an assist, people wouldn't be talking about him. Cool, he scored a great goal, yeah? But even without the goal, Xerxes played really well. He played really well. But because he scored, now all of a sudden it's Zerbatov and all this bullshit, yeah? But the game before that, they were saying, "I'll sell him," because people couldn't get the ball to him, bro. These men are so fickle. You give a Mason Mount 3 seasons, this is going to be his 4th. Xerxes ain't even been given a full season of playing. A man already chatting shit, bro. Like, this fan base will never beat the allegations. They'll never beat the allegations, bro. Like, it's very, very clear what this is. It's very clear. Like, and the Mason Mount thing is even more infuriating. It's more infuriating because Mason Mount don't offer nothing, bro. It's not like Mason Mount scores goals. If Mason Mount was getting goals or assists or something, and he was doing the stat padding thing, then I could overlook it. But bro, the guy's not contributing. A man are praising him for running around. This is what I'm saying, bro. As soon as man has one bad touch, people are chatting shit. I said, Old Trafford really giving a standing ovation, 7 goals in 3 years. It's nasty, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's nasty. Bro, he does need to stay fit, but also he needs a run of games, bro. He needs a run of games. He hasn't been given a chance. He hasn't been given a chance, bro. Man said I didn't look once when he was so guys literally invisible to me. He's awful. He's awful. For me, yeah, I can never. If a player doesn't get a fair roll of the dice, regardless of whether I like them or not, yeah, you can't criticize them. You can't criticize them if it doesn't work out, bro. Like, you can't, because players don't pick the teams, innit? Players don't pick the teams, and sometimes it's not necessarily because a manager don't like them. It could be because of other factors as well. You know what I mean? Like, Benjamin Sesko's just been given the number 9 shirt. So Xerxes gonna have to play out of his skin to keep Sesko out of the team when Sesko's fit. Because they're giving man the number 9. So just for marketing and all them things, you would think that they would want the number 9 to be playing. And that's what it is. Benji will be on more money. He costs more money. Do you know what I'm saying? But because of that, you're fighting against many things. And yeah, he is still young. And also, not only is he still young, but there's loads of teams in Italy that still want him. Loads of them. So his career continues regardless. You know what I'm saying? If he does leave Man United, he'll go Italy and he'll thrive and he'll just mash work like he was mashing work before. There's not really, you get me? Not too much changes for him. Not too much changes for him, except he'll get more football, he'll get more rhythm, and he can potentially focus on getting back into the national team, because that would have hurt him to not be in the national team. I did not see that. I did see that Newcastle were looking to get rid of Walter Mada on loan. I did see that though. I don't think United would entertain that. That doesn't make no sense. That signing there. It doesn't. But you know what, yeah, bro? If Josh did end up leaving and they ended up bringing him in on loan, I wouldn't be mad. The only thing I'll say is, it's like, I can't lie. His profile, even though it's not like Xerxes, like they do tend to pick up the same kind of position, so it wouldn't make sense. Someone's saying it was a fake account. Guys, bro, Twitter's jarring. You need to check these things sometimes, guys. Man said Poosteen strikes again or something. Man said just sack Maresca. This guy's my club linked. Fucking Gusto and Enzo. Hey, bro, big up, man. You man are gonna suffer this season. Word to Ruben Amorim. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Poosteen, you know. Brother, man seeing Pedro Neto and Ryan linked to Liverpool and that. This window sucks, man. This window's bad. Liverpool looks so shit, bro. Like, oh, they look so crap. Do you know what I'm saying? Brother, even if they sign Barcola, they're still shit, bro. I can't even lie, bro. It's just, nah, man. Like, nah, Liverpool are done out here. As it stands, yeah, like, bro, it's gonna be dark, you know. Like, there's no quality in this league, bro. There's no quality in this league, bro. It's nasty work. I said if Liverpool get Ryan. What do you say? Man said they ain't getting top 6, bro. But again, he'll cost dough as well. Like, they want big money. The market's dead. This is what I'm saying. Go get me Sanderberg. Go get me fucking Ismail Assar, yeah? And go get me fucking Lewis Hall and close the window. Just get me those 3 players and close the window. Do you know what I mean? It's not pretty, but it would do the fucking job. It would do the job. Do you know what I mean? It's not the most attractive window on paper. Like, it's not the most exciting window. Do you know what I mean? There's no needle movers there. Do you know what I mean? But bro, you're just gonna get me goals. You're gonna get me wins on that. Team talk about as reliable as a fucking chocolate teapot, mate. Do you know what I'm saying? But no offense. I said that's the top 8 side. BR, you're chatting shit, bro. You know them ones. You're chatting absolute shit. Brother, Berg Tielemans, if man end up with Berg Tielemans and Bruno in the midfield, yeah, as our starting midfield 3, we're nice, bro. You know them ones. Man chatting rubbish. That's not making no sense. Yuri Tielemans a European champion, you know. Man finished in the top 4 last season. Like, we're good, bro. You get me? Bro, don't be swearing on your mum's life. You get me? Don't be doing that shit. I'm assuming you like your mum, bro. You know what I'm saying? So don't be doing all that. Yeah, Sanderberg's a baller, man. Man, yeah, trust me. Like Mont says, it's all fun and games till the ball gets kicked, bro. But Liverpool are stinking. Brother, it's one of them ones where midfield wise, yeah. Midfield wise, it's only Man City if they keep Rodri that potentially I could look at the midfield and be like, yo, you get me? But bro, I'll be confident against anyone's midfield with Berg, Tielemans, and Bruno in the three. I'll be confident against any midfield in the league with that. Any of them. I wouldn't be looking at no other midfield thinking, oh yeah, we can get overrun. We don't have enough quality. I wouldn't be looking at that. And you still got Kobe Mainu and Santos as well. So, nah. I'll be very comfortable with that. And then if you could get me a Lewis Hall at left back as well, I'll be comfortable with that. And I'm comfortable with our attack anyway. Our attack gets goals. Our attack's got everything. You know what I'm saying? Man need to not sign names for the sake of names. Man just need to sign profiles that can play top level Premier League football. And all of those players do that. All these players do that. Bro, I can't lie. The Belabor thing, yeah, I'm cool with Belabor. I'm cool with Belabor, but I don't rate him the way people rate him. I think people look at Belabor's athleticism and overrate his footballing ability. I think he's a good footballer. Do you know what I'm saying? But he's an extremely good athlete, bro. But I just think he's a good footballer, bro. He's a good footballer. But football-wise, he's not better than Sander Berg. Like on the ball, like he's not gonna give man control, bro. You know what it is, yeah? What people don't understand is, yeah, one thing that Man United have lacked for many, many years is control in midfield. If you get someone like a Sander Berg and you've got a Yuri Tielemans and a Kobe Mainu, yeah, and an Andre Santos, that gives you control for the first time. You can put your foot on the ball. You can press teams backwards towards their own goal. You know what I'm saying? When you've got a Belabor's not for control. Belabor's for transitions, winning the ball and breaking forward and all them things. Belabor's not a control player, bro. You know what I mean? If you look at Brighton, the way that they've played throughout the most time with De Zerbi and all these things, it's not a control thing. It's not a control thing. It's a De Zerbi likes to build up slowly and then do the artificial quick counter attack thing. But it's a quick kind of counter. It's not a control. It's not a control thing, bro. And I think that we'll want to control games. Yeah, I hear it. You could slightly add Nemanja Matic in there as well. Slightly. Man said, what? Fabrizio jumped the gun with what, bro? What are you saying, bro? Ornstein says Diomande isn't done yet and 120 is going to get rejected. So what they're saying, it's not done. What, Fabrizio died again? Surely not. Yan Diomande. Raw. Hey, bro, Fabrizio is cooked. Hey, bro, these man are having a Goku and Vegeta fucking window, blood. Hey, bro, Fabrizio mudded. Yeah, this is nasty. If they're going to reject 120 million euros, it's nasty, bro. I can't lie. Fabrizio might need to hang it up, mate. He might have to hang the gloves up, mate. I can't lie. At this point, he might as well just wait and just retweet Ornstein, bro, and just stop tweeting, bro, because, bro, it's looking dark for the kid. You know what I'm saying? This window is mad. And you know what? Ornstein's crazy because, like, Ornstein will just be in the shadows like Batman, yeah? Then he'll drop a tweet and then he won't follow it up. Like, man will drop a tweet and just disappear for 24 hours, bro, in the darkness. You know what I'm saying? Fucking hell, bro. Hey, bro, NG Sports, you're killing me, you know. Man said fluids, you know. That's crazy. Yeah. It's not looking good, man. That Fabrizio pack. Yeah, that's crazy, bro. Man said Dembele, Rascalia, Vitinha, what's that? Fabian were not marquees. Facts, bro. This is what I'm saying. And when PSG signed Messi, you get me? Messi, Neymar, and Mbappe, those were the marquees, bro. But those were not the guys that won them the Champions Leagues. And this is what I'm saying, people. Like the balance is more important. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, did they sign Barcola? Or did he come through the academy? I know they signed Desiree Doué not too long ago. Did they sign Barcola? Yeah, they signed him. So they signed him from Leon. They signed Doué from somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? Like, they've done their thing, bro. You know what I'm saying? They signed Dembele as well. They signed Varaskelia. Like, their whole attack they signed, and they signed them with minimal fuss. When they signed Dembele, in our head, yeah, Dembele was washed, like, by the time they signed him. Because man already died at Barca. You know what I mean? And he was at Dortmund before, and everyone thought we're not going to see the Dortmund Dembele again. So Dembele's career was kind of over when, like, in our heads. We never expected Dembele to then go to PSG, win 2 Champions League and a Ballon d'Or. Like, nobody, that was on no one's bingo card. So again, it's one of them things where you can sign players, yeah, without doing the marketing, and it can work out. So just because you don't have a needle moving window, it doesn't mean that you're not working. And Matthew, facts about that. That quote is the realest quote ever. But this is what I'm saying. Like, PSG they probably signed Dembele, Barcola, and Doué for the price that fucking Diomande is gonna go for. Or maybe less. So I think that's a lesson in where football is right now. Crazy. But yo, people, let's run up the likes, man. We are like, what are we? We're like 200 away from the likes target. We're less than 200. Well, 150 away. Do you know what I mean? We've been live for 2 hours. Do you know what I'm saying? So, big up everyone inside. Let me know who's live as well. But yeah, man, I need to do more of these solo streams because I know you lot like them and people been asking for them. But it's just fitting them in around everything that's going on. And then obviously, once the season starts and there's bare fucking watch-alongs, it's difficult to kind of fit them in it. Because you man know what the algorithm's like as well, bro. The algorithm's fucked. When you're uploading too many times a day, they don't send notices out and then it just gets mad congested. So yeah, man, big up everyone inside. But yeah, man, I'm gonna keep trying to run more of these when we got little pockets. For the new season, I'm gonna try and do more because you lot been asking for them and it's only right. Do you know what I'm saying? Man, I have to make sure that the community stays fed, bruv. So I appreciate you lot, man. Every single time. But yeah, tomorrow we've got Footy talk with Don, and then we've got Red talk with Cass at 5:30. So 4:30, 5:30, back to back. So yeah, Cass will be here every Monday for the new season, innit? So we'll have a Red talk straight after Footy talk, 4:30, 5:30. And then obviously if there's Monday night football games, we'll also do those. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. Hey, big up everyone inside. You already know what time it is. Let's get them. Let's hit the like target, people. And then also, yeah, man, we'll speak to LB as well about getting a weekly show sorted for the new season, because we need a City fan on here, bruv, as well, because it's gonna be interesting. So, yeah, man. Big up everyone inside. Drop a rants raid on Flawless's chat. Smash a like here, and then tomorrow back to back. I'll see you guys again.